world? It's your boy PHILKO here, and I'm back. Happy holidays to everybody. I hope you enjoyed your New Year's, your Christmas, your Kwanzaa, your Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, and I hope you enjoy your old New Year's and your Russian Orthodox Christmas, whatever you celebrate. I hope you will enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed everything else that already happened. And I've been gone for a week, but I am back now, and I'm going to get back to it as if I have never left. It's 2014 now, so I'm going to do something a little different. I promise to spend a little more time explaining things to you thoroughly. Instead of just rushing through it to get it done, I'm going to explain it to you to make sure you understand every single detail about the idiom in which I will teach you. And that is a dog. Just waking up. Hey Kaiser, Happy New Year. So today, we're going to learn 5 idioms that deal with the body. Either a body part will be involved in the idiom, or it will be something about the body in general. Like size, height, weight, anything like that. So let's get to it. Why waste time? We're going to learn 5 of them. And the first one we're going to learn for today is back to back. Now first of all, what is a back? Well, this is your back. Your back is very, very important. You know, if you break certain bones in your back, you won't be able to walk anymore. So it's good to take care of your back and stand and sit straight with your back straight to develop good posture. You don't want to be hunched over like this and stuff. That's really not good for you. You want to have good posture, and that is keeping your back straight. But now to the idiom. What does it mean when something is back to back? Well, we use this a lot with television shows that airs one episode and then one episode directly after. So let's take this example. Breaking Bad. Let's say Breaking Bad comes on TV at 7 o'clock. It comes on at 7. But that's not it. Another episode of Breaking Bad comes on at 8 o'clock. 8. That means it's showing back to back. One episode and then another one directly after. So it's basically in order. One and then another. And then it can also be another, then another. That is back to back. And some people may even say back to back to back to back to back. But that's unnecessary. And of course you can use it literally. Like if 2 people are about to fight 10 people. And I have my back to his back. We are standing back to back. And that one is pretty literal. So let's get to number 2. And the second one we're going to learn for today is belly up. Now what is your belly? This is your belly. And that little tiny button in the middle is known as the belly button. Your belly is basically your stomach. Not the internal, but the external. So your belly can be referred to as your whole entire stomach externally, or the little button in the middle known as the belly button. But right now we're speaking about belly up. And what does it mean to go belly up? Well, that means to basically die in a business sense. So for example, let's say my YouTube channel, no one watches it anymore, no one cares about it, there's no more subscribers, and it basically just dies. It went belly up because it's dead in a business sense. Or for another example, let's say no one's buying Lamborghinis anymore. No one wants this car anymore. For whatever reason, nobody wants it anymore. And Lamborghini, the company, loses all of its money because no one's buying their cars anymore. Lamborghini would go belly up because the company will have no more money and soon they'll be going bankrupt. Like that. That is belly up, being destroyed on a business level. And I hope you got it. So let's get to the third one. And the third one we're going to learn for today is can't stomach. Now, first of all, what is a stomach? Boom! This is your stomach. Internally. Because your stomach could be external and internal, but more accurately, it's internal, what's inside you. This is where your food goes when you're eating and is processed and digested. Stuff like that. This is your stomach. But what does it mean when someone says they can't stomach something? Well, that means they cannot handle something. For example, a lot of times when people get on roller coasters, you know, a lot of times their stomachs cannot handle it. So do you know what happens? Blah! Everywhere. Yes, it's very nasty. But that means literally they couldn't stomach it because some things make people feel so strange that their stomachs start feeling sick. So like maybe you see something on television like a dog taking a poop or a man vomiting or something. It makes your stomach feel sick. So that means you can't handle something. And for one more example, let's say you're eating some really, really nasty food. Food that you do not like at all. You don't have to eat it because you can't eat it. you would just be able to say, sorry, I can't stomach this. This isn't for me. So basically anything that makes you feel nauseous or makes you feel dizzy or something that's just too disgusting to watch or listen to or even touch, any of that stuff, you're able to say, whoa, I can't stomach this. And that means you cannot handle it, and it usually makes you feel a little bit sick. Like that. So let's get to the fourth one. And the fourth one we're going to learn for today is to cut a fine figure. Now, what does it mean to cut a fine figure? Well, first of all, a figure is basically this. When you're speaking about people, a figure is usually used with women, and when they speak of the figure, they're talking about the shape of her body, the curves of her body. And so when someone using to cut a fine figure, that means to look good in a dress. Now, I'm sure some men can use this too, but this is mostly used for women because when it comes to curves, we speak about women much more than we speak about men. So how can you use cut a fine figure in a sentence? Well, for example, when I go home tonight, I'm gonna cut a fine figure for my husband. I'm gonna look real good because I'm gonna put on a sexy dress, new shoes, and this brand new red lipstick. I'm going to cut a fine figure because when he looks at me, he's going to see my sexy body. Like that. She basically said that when she gets home, she's going to look sexy and beautiful for her husband with the tight dress that she is wearing, which will show off her figure, her curves, the way her body looks. Just like that. And I hope you got it. So let's get to the fifth and the last one for today. At the top of one's lungs. But before we get to this, what are your lungs? Boom! These are your lungs. You know, the two things inside you when you're like, and they get bigger and smaller and bigger and smaller. And as long as you don't smoke, I'm pretty sure your lungs will be okay. But this isn't literally about the top of your lungs. What we mean when we say at the top of one's lungs is this. Yes, that! At the top of one's lungs means to be as loud as possible. It's like in the clip you just saw, that girl was screaming very, very loudly, as loud as she could. That means at the top of her lungs. So right now, if I were to speak at the top of my lungs, I would be speaking like this. And today we're going to learn more about English stuff. But that is basically it. Now, when do people usually have to speak at the top of their lungs? Well, when you're doing a performance, you know, you're on stage, or you're speaking to a huge amount of people in like a big room and you don't have a microphone. With situations like that, you have to speak at the top of your lungs so everybody can hear you. Just like that, using your voice as loud as you can, depending on the situation. And I believe that's 5 for today, so you know what that means. And so that's the end of the episode for today. I hope you liked it, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned new stuff. Be sure to add me, vk.com/PHILKO, that's me, and subscribe to my YouTube page to see all my videos. And during the summertime, I will be back in New York and renting rooms. So anyone coming to New York City this May, June, or July, I will be there renting rooms. So contact me, vk.com/PHILKO, and I'll see if I can hook you up with a place to live. I'll give you the price list and all that stuff. So, still in Russia, enjoying myself, and I'm out. Later.
And don't be racist.
So don't be that is his catchphrase.